Next up is the Princess of Process, Passion and Purpose, Amy Whipple. Y'all, she really doesn't need an introduction, but she's an amazing leader in many of our lives. Thank you for that. Thank you for culminating and bringing about a second amazing day. Thank you for holding us accountable in all the ways that you do. Amy, as you all know, is a passionate community builder. She loves to resource entrepreneurs, particularly women entrepreneurs, and she loves to encourage women in all their strengths and in all the glory that has been given by him. She's known to be a lover of white chocolate cheesecake, particularly Last Resort. She loves 5 a.m. workouts with Massey Fit. I don't know if you've all done that. Most of all, she loves to snuggle her little babies, Josie and Curtis. And she loves her Mr. Dr. Whipple. She often thanks and jokes with Ben for always being the grounding force for her intensity of ideas and creativity. Originally from Michigan, we welcome her here in our South. But she loved being in Utah for years, skiing, biking, and climbing. She moved here without knowing the full extent of how crazy people are about football, and she's learned that. She had no idea her children needed to wear a smock outfit on picture day. They do not. I can vouch for that. They do not have to do that. And she also didn't know she had to switch out Reese on her door month over month. You do have to do that. She's been a startup and process consultant for 8 years, the founder of Rise and Shine Mastermind. She exists to challenge women to get up every single day and get growing, along with resourcing women with practical business tools they can use on their entrepreneurial journey. You will find a dear friend in Amy Whipple. You can often find her giving a fun pep talk followed by tough love. Raise your hand if you've had a tough love. Amy Whipple, see. If you want more of that, please sign up for Rise and Shine Mastermind. She loves to cheer you on, grow your dreams, and empower you to be the clear-minded, focused winner that you are no matter the season you are in. Welcome, the Princess of Process, Amy Whipple.
Thank you so much. Wow. You guys showed up today. 156 people registered. So I'm just catching my breath. We have an amazing space sponsored by Grace Fellowship Church and 13 inspiring speakers that are going to take the stage TED Talk style today. Today you're going to have the opportunity to put pen to paper and get to work. You're going to have the opportunity to also be in community with everyone you see here. Thanks to my mom and dad for the food, my husband, the sponsors, the speakers, the volunteers. This day couldn't be possible without you. On July 13th at 12:42 a.m., I wrote the speech for today. So then I knew I needed a conference to go with it. Have you ever been asked, what's the strongest thing you've done? So I'm going to have you guys turn in just a minute to the first page in your notebook. And in that book, we're going to be writing some of these things for today. I read about this exercise in the book Be Seen. Jen asked women to write out a power list of all the hard things that they have done. You then read this list out loud as if you're reading it about someone else. You see, we can do hard things, and we are capable, and we've been through hard things. We have a cheer section of others believing in us. The Lord may be calling and strengthening us, but yet we can shut hard things down and choose not to take that risk or go for the next big thing we're called to do. Think about Moses for a minute. He didn't believe he was ready to fulfill God's calling. He wrestled with self-doubt and insecurity. He didn't want to be rejected. He was concerned about his ability to speak and lead. But yet, if you were to read his list with a little flair of the things he did through the Lord walking in his life, it may read something like this. Parted the Red Sea like a boss, dropped the 10 plagues, shattered the 10 commandments, fought against the Amalekites. You would think, yes, keep going. What are you talking about, Moses? You can totally fulfill the next thing you're called to do. You see, God often calls people to great tasks before they feel ready, highlighting faith, trust, and resilience on his strength rather than our own personal readiness. So for today, we're going to call it the StrongHER list. And each of you are going to make your own. You're going to have a minute, 30 seconds to quietly brainstorm out a list, and then you will each have about 30 seconds to read which items you feel comfortable with at your table. So, if I were at your table, here's a few things I may choose to share. Amy's StrongHER list. She moved out west after college not knowing a single person. She rode and survived a 100-mile bike race. She read the entire Bible from start to finish and did a study guide that took a year and a half. Had 2 kids and decided to organize a conference. Now I'm turning it to you, so close your eyes for a minute. Think about the moments of strength in your life. What are some of the hardest and strongest things that need to be on that list? You crushed it on stage, you ran that marathon, you glided that client through their biggest aha. Maybe it's not work related. Maybe it's when you emerged from a healthy illness you didn't think you could beat. I bet some of your events were unexpected trials, but you made it through to the other side. Don't shy away from writing what comes to mind. You can pick and choose what you want to share. Chances are you remember the prep, the grind, you remember the feelings you did after some of it. Maybe it took you saying yes to a few items and no to a whole lot of distractions. You were focused, in the zone, and you felt strong. Maybe it was the hardship, and that's your story or your testimony used to encourage others. Go ahead and write down a few things, starting now. Thirty seconds left. All right, go ahead and stop. I want you to marinate on your list for a moment. Do you see the power of support and teamwork? Could this day happen or even be possible without all the help that rallied around this day? Do the words endurance and perseverance pop out? Was I fully ready to run a 100-mile bike race? Absolutely not. I only trained for 55 miles. But you just kept going when I saw the 20-mile sign, the 40-mile sign, the 60, 80, 100. I'm sure you can see some of those things on your list where you just kept going. What about leadership playing a role? There was planning and executing on some of your list, or humility, where you knew you needed to accept help. What about faith and dependence on God? Now we're going to take a minute and we're going to share out a couple of things at your table. So the person who has either been to a Rise Soar before or is wearing red, you're going to start, so raise your hand. You like how this goes? Okay, I'm going to say go, and you're going to read it so she did this, she did that, and then I'm gonna say stop, go, okay? So first person is gonna go, and then we're gonna pass it around clockwise. If you don't wanna share, just say pass. Okay, ready, go. Okay, next person. Go, next person. Next person, go. Next person, go. Next person, go. Next person, go. Last person, go. Okay, I'm gonna have everyone stop. Did everybody have a minute to share? Okay. I want to close by saying this today. If you did all of those hard things on your list, you can certainly do the next thing that is scaring you. Maybe it's launching your first business, or strengthening your brand, or getting into the Word and staying committed. When you feel doubt kicking in, go back and look at this list. You are stronger than you think. So that concludes. For those of you who have not taken my boot camp, the next one starts in January. I would love for you to sign up for the 6 weeks. Many of the women speaking today have taken it. It's just a great $149, so I'd love for you to jump into that. The next thing that I want to do is I'm going to be calling up Sarah, and she's going to do a little sponsorship spotlight on Runway. Runway is a co-work space that's in Athens, right in the Beechwood. I campus there. It starts at $225 a month, but if you are looking for some place to host an event or have a meeting, get in touch with Jennifer there. She would love to have you or your group. So Sarah's going to say a few words. Thank you so much for everyone for today.